So reading from Hosea chapter 2 verses 2 to 13. Say of your brothers, my people, and of your sisters, my loved one. Rebuke your mother, rebuke her, for she is not my wife, and I am not her husband. Let her remove the adulterous look from her face, and the unfaithfulness from between her breasts. Otherwise I will strip her naked, and make her as bare as on the day she was born. I will make her like a desert, turn her into a parched land, and slay her with thirst. I will not show my love to her children, because they are children of adultery. Their mother has been unfaithful, and has conceived them in disgrace. She said, I will go after my lovers, who give me my food and my water, my wool and my linen, my olive oil and my drink. Therefore I will block her path with thorn bushes. I will wall her in so she cannot find her way. She will chase after her lovers, but not catch them. She will look for them, but not find them. Then she will say, I will go back to my husband as at first, for then I was better off than now. She has not acknowledged that I was the one who gave her grain, the new wine and oil, who lavished on her the silver and gold, which they use for Baal. Therefore I will take away my grain when it ripens, my new wine when it is ready. I will take back my wool and my linen, intended to cover her naked body. So now I will expose her lewdness before the eyes of her lovers. No one will take her out of my hands. I will stop all her celebrations, her yearly festivals, her new moons, her Sabbath days, and all her appointed festivals. I will ruin her vines and her fig trees, which she said were her pay from her lovers. I will make them a thicket, and wild animals will devour them. I will punish her for the days she burned incense to the Baals. She decked herself with rings and jewellery, and went after her lovers, but me she forgot, declares the Lord. Yesterday we heard how Israel had been an adulterer, and today we hear how they've been. We read they've been unfaithful to the husband, to God. What have they done? They've chased after other gods, verses 5 and 7, 10, 12 and 13. They've worshipped Baal. But what makes it worse is that they've given Baal the credit for the things that God has given them. Food, water, wool, linen, olive oil, drink, grain, and so there will be judgments. God will take away from them the good things he's given, so that the people will know that they came from him and not from the false gods. We read, it will be so great that she will become like a desert, verse 3. You see, the people thought that they had it all by these other gods and by their own cleverness. They got all this wealth. Remember, it's a time of prosperity for these people. So they got it all through these other gods and by their own cleverness, verse 5. Just take a moment to stop and think the blessings in your life. Where do you think they come from? The City of London? The government? Education? Through your own hard work? I've said many times before that a question I sometimes ask people is, what has God done for you in the last 24 hours? And you'll be amazed the number of people who can't answer that question. It's odd, isn't it, that the blessings of our daily lives we don't give to God, we give to something else. Our own hard work, perhaps. But you see the language that is used. Verse 9, I will take away. I will take back, verse 9. I will expose, verse 10. I will stop, verse 11. I will ruin, verse 12. I will punish, verse 13. You see, God has given all these blessings out of his great love. But notice, he feels the pain. He feels cheated. How does he feel about our spiritual adultery? Hosea reminds them of the great lengths he'd gone to rescue them. Remember the Exodus. But they got rich now, and they'd forgotten God. They'd been warned about that back in Deuteronomy chapter 8. The danger of materialism had been named. You know, we might think we're in control. We might think we don't need God. We think we're in control. We have all these material benefits we don't want for anything. But it can all be taken away. But again, God shows mercy and grace. Look at verse 7. I will go back to my husband as at first, for then I was better off than now. Recognise that it is God who gives us all the blessings of life. And the God who gives is also the God who can take away. Remember that the blessings that we receive from God are so much greater than what this world can give us. So God, our God, is a generous God. He showers us with blessings every day. He's a jealous God. He wants our thanks. He wants recognition for all that he gives to us. He's a merciful God. He wants us back. He wants us to say thank you. And he wants to take us in his loving arms. So today, perhaps, just stop for a moment. Think of those things in your life that you take for granted. Food, health, family, work, money. And take a moment to say thank you to God for them. Because he is the one who gives them.